We're in for a long night. A long night, boys.
Van Meter at 5 life, Tietze at 28, but it looks like Van Meter is trying to take the game over here.
Yeah, it looks really good for him.
Yeah, I mean, you see Angel Serenity in play, eating those Arbor Elves. He has a Fiend Hunter in play as well.
And
now
on barrel rights in the graveyard.
Yeah, he's just ready to tussle with that Thragtusk. I wonder what's in Max's hand, as he's going to take 2. Go down
Sire?
to 26. He's 6 mana. This is a Sire's Insanity.
Right. So Sire definitely helps.
I mean, if you're Chris, it feels like this is kind of where you want to be. Acidic Slime and Restoration Angel in the bin, but he has an Imperial Rights in his graveyard. So let's see what he draws here.
I'm not sure. I mean, Chris does only have 5 lands in play.
And 5 life.
And only 5 life. And Max has 2 really powerful creatures on the board. So, what do you think here? Does Chris have to unbarrel rights the Restoration Angel and blink out his Fiend Hunter?
It's a possibility. Eat that Sire Insanity.
Yeah, eat the Sire. I think he has to, just because Sire is a 6 power.
So it's a 6 power. I mean, he does. It looks like he has a Thragtusk in his graveyard too. He could flashback the Unburial Rights. Let's see what he does first.
Grizzly Salvage. That's a good draw.
All right, so we have Woodland Cemetery ×2, Isolated Chapel, Arbor Elf, and Sin Collector.
I think he has to take land here.
Yeah, I think he takes land here, right? You take the land, you're able to flashback. I think his thought was, you know, there's a very high percentage chance I'm going to hit a land, and then the other cards that I can hit, maybe I hit another Angel Serenity, will just be awesome.
Yes.
So he wants to open himself to have the opportunity to do that. He didn't hit on that one, but give himself the chance. Now you're going to see Unburial Rights get flashback. He's going to get
Acidic Slime. Interesting.
Well, that prevents Sire from attacking.
Yes, that's true.
The problem here is that if Max top decks are like, you know, removal spell, kills the Acidic Slime.
Yeah, or Wolf Run would be okay for Max too, right?
That's the scary thing. You take a look at Max's deck list, how many Wolf Runs are hiding out in there?
It looks like there's nothing under the Fiend Hunter, so why not blink out the Fiend Hunter, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that. You know, why he's attempting to cut his mana.
Yeah, cutting the mana when Tietze is already on 6 and the Sire is already in play seems less relevant, but maybe Van Meter sees something that we don't, and maybe he has a plan. So,
2 Kessick Wolf Runs for Max to draw 2 right now as well.
Yeah, 2 Wolf Runs, definitely some other good draws too. He has 2 Garruk Primal Hunters, that would be pretty nice.
He's got, I mean, Olivia Valderon's a good draw too.
Olivia, yeah. I guess Garruk wouldn't be the best.
I mean, it's not bad, right? Like it gives him a beast. It forces Angel Serenity to attack it.
Yeah,
because if it goes up to 4, and then Chris doesn't attack it, then Max can actually use the Mind Tree to draw the cards and use some of those cards.
Because he has 5 on that mana. Yeah, maybe more 6 because he's probably gonna draw land.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. Max has taken a long time.
He always does.
Yeah. I think maybe he's thinking, you know, should I attack with Sire? I don't know what Max drew this turn. Once we figure that out, we can have a better idea, you know, what exactly he's thinking about.
Yeah, it's a mystery to us. It's a mystery to you guys at home. And for Chris, it's a mystery for him, too.
Tapping some mana.
That's 2 mana. Mortars.
Mizium Mortars.
Yep.
Okay.
This was kind of the concern, right? Like, if that's a Thragtusk that he gets back, you know, he's probably feeling pretty good about himself. But now Sire's going, all right, in I go.
So what is Chris going to do here? What can he really do?
Now, he can chump block with a Fiend Hunter, but then he's staring at lethal the next turn.
Yeah, can he trade with the Angel Serenity here?
I mean, that's a tough situation too, right? I mean, he can trade with it. The Arbor Elves come back, and I'm not sure what else is underneath that. It looks like there's just 2 Arbor Elves.
Yeah, that's all it looks like. Yeah, 2 Arbor Elves.
So he would get the 2 Arbor Elves back.
He'll play them both this turn.
He'd play them both this turn, and then it's up to Chris's draw step. I think it's going to be tough because it's going to be up to Chris's draw step either way right now.
Yeah, I think you probably trade. Chumping a Fiend Hunter doesn't really get you anywhere.
Yeah, I don't love that.
I think just trade, get the Sire off the table. All right, so that's what he decides to do. And I'm pretty sure Max is just going to go Arbor Elf, pass the turn. And if Chris bricks off here, Max
he's not dead,
but Max is in great shape.
I think that's the big thing, is that if he does miss this turn, he's not dead.
Oh,
I don't think he missed.
Oh, it's a slime. Okay, cutting off all of Max's red mana.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what Max draws. Max's best draw right here is still probably Garruk Primal Hunter.
That's interesting now because Chris is going out of his way to cut off Max's red mana. Max makes an attack with the Thragtusk. Acidic Slime jumps in front of the way.
Max gets a 3/3 beast.
Yeah, Max gets a 3/3.
And it's kind of still in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So Acidic Slime was a nice draw. Wasn't the worst, wasn't the best.
Yeah, there are certainly better draws there for Chris, but I think he's pretty happy with the Acidic Slime now. The big question here is what did Max draw?
A Wolf Run. Whoa. Okay, so now pretty much any card Max draws. If he draws a spell that's not red, it's good.
Yep.
Or if he draws a land that's red,
no,
it's
no
really
way.
Oh! Unburial Rights. What sick draws. That's insane.
Oh my goodness. Van Meter peels Unburial Rights off the top. Kill all of your guys, he says, with Angel of Serenity, and in comes the Fiend Hunter feeling brave all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Knocking Max down to 25, and Max again, no red mana.
Yeah, so right now a 5-turn clock, but actually it's going to be way less, because next turn he's just going to flashback Unburial Rights, and it's going to be like maybe even a 3-turn clock.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Max draws a Strangleroot Geist, which
does nothing.
Does actual nothing.
So Chris just reanimates his other Angel Serenity, right?
I don't know if he has another Angel Serenity in his graveyard. That's the one that died from earlier.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm not
right,
sure
yeah,
if there's an
okay.
additional copy down there.
No,
now,
yeah, I don't think so.
Again, he does have plenty of options down there from the previous one. He does have a Fiend Hunter in the graveyard.
He has Restoration Angel.
Yeah, he has
Okay.
Restoration Angel. He does have Thragtusk down there as well, we're pretty sure. So he can put himself up to 10, bolster his life
good.
total a
We can
little
see
bit.
it. So there's Restoration Angel, Fiend Hunter, no Angel Serenity, Thragtusk, Acidic Slime, another Fiend Hunter, but another Fiend Hunter wouldn't really do anything. I would rather have Restoration Angel.
Yep.
Probably.
I mean, there's also Acidic Slime under consideration just to take care of that Wolf Run.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So he attacks with both. Did we see what Chris drew?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Concealing it to the world.
Sure, so Max goes to 19.
3, 4.
4 on Barrelites. Probably Restoration Angel. Oh, Thragtusk. Thragtusk is
I like
good.
Thragtusk because
Yeah.
I feel if I'm Chris and if I was split in his position right now, I feel all comfy and cozy if I'm at 10 as opposed
life,
to 5.
yeah, sure, yeah. Okay. Wow, this game was looking really good for Max. And then a couple of draws.
Second Wolf Run.
Good thing you didn't Acidic Slime the Wolf Run, right?
Yeah. Yeah, those guys that know what they're doing with Acidic Slime.
Yeah, so just a couple lands in Chris's hand, but that doesn't really matter that much because Max is at a very low life total. I think Chris just wants to... I think Chris just makes the same attack here. Just attack with the team and see what Max does. Alright, so the team comes in. Thragtusk attacking for 5, Fiend Hunter for 1, and Angel Serenity for 5. So 11 points coming in. Tietze is at 19, so he'll fall. If he takes it all, I mean, he's going out to 8 life. I think he's going to just block the Thragtusk. Not much of a reason not to. Strangleroot's Geist will come back as a 3/2. And Chris probably just plays tap land, pass the turn.
Yep.
All right.
So if he was to draw a red source, how much does Wolf Run deal? Deals 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's not it. So
yeah, I mean, Max is in a spot where he's just trying to stabilize more than he's trying to think about winning.
Yeah. Now Van Meter's drawing a bunch of lands, but
it doesn't matter. Van
not
Meter
right
drew
now.
the cards at the perfect time.
So here comes the Thragtusk. Here comes the Angel of Serenity. This is going to get in front here. Stringer Geist is going to trade with Thragtusk.
Yep.
Chris is going to get a Beast token. Chris again feeling pretty good because now the board is clear.
Max should fall down to 8, if that's correct.
Yep.
Okay. So he's on 8, and next turn he has 9 power. Does Max have anything? No.
Nope,
All right, so they're
the game.
going to game 2.
One hell of a peel there by Vanometer to steal that one away in what was a very bad situation.
Yeah, and Max definitely knew that, you know. Yeah, a little smile right there. Nice draws, buddy. So, Chris, what is Chris Van Meter going to board in? Well, I'm pretty sure he wants the extra Acidic Slime.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Acidic Slime is very nice against Jund. All right. Chris,
Oh.
wow, is that true?
You want to break the news or should I?
Okay, word on the street. Tell him, Cedric.
I gotta tell him.
Yeah, you want me to tell him?
Max got a lot of fans out there.
All
You
right,
want me to tell him? I don't want to be the bad guy.
Yeah. So word on the street is that Chris Van Meter mulligan to 4 that game, and it's been confirmed. That was off a mulligan to 4. Wow. Can you imagine? Wait, did Max Tietze mulligan at all, or did Max Tietze keep 7? Because that's important.
That is
sure,
important.
Yeah, you know, sure, he mulliganed to 4, but Tietze mulliganed to 5.
Yeah, what if Max mulligan to 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not looking at Max
kept 7.
kept 7.
Wow. All right, Chris Van Meter with Junk Reanimator goes to 4.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
All right, well, let's take a look at Max's sideboard. Let's get Max back up here.
All right, well, Chris.
You want to do Chris's first?
Yeah, Acidic Slime for sure. Garrick Relentless.
I don't like it against Jun. It's good against Livia, not much else.
And he's going to be on the draw, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's good against the 4 Arbor Elves, too, but again, as you said, he's going to be on the draw.
Yeah, okay, so Acidic Slime for sure. Obsidian.
Love it.
Both of them?
I love it.
Yeah, love it? Okay. Sever the Bloodline?
Love it. Gotta kill Olivia.
Abrupt Decays?
Hate him.
Hate him?
Don't like him. I don't want.
Just rely on Acidic Slime?
Yeah, I don't want like this 2-mana spell to kill Arbor Elf.
Sure. Deathray Shaman?
Don't care for it.
Maybe medium. Medium at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, could just lose to a bonfire, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Voice?
No.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
And Thragtusk?
Worst card I've ever seen.
Extra Thragtusk? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
extra
okay.
Thragtusk.
So he just wants to go for more power. You know, he's probably going to trim on some numbers. Most likely taking out the Sin Collectors. Not really doing too much here. And, yeah, we'll see what else he decides to cut. He'll probably cut a couple of his Arbor Elves or Avacyn's Pilgrims.
Sure.
Yeah, just to hedge a little.
I mean, I also expect him to slice a couple in barrel rights because he's staring 4 ground seals in the face right now from Max. So that's the first card that's going to come in for him. I also imagine Max is going to sideboard out his 2 Stringer Root guys in his main deck. Other than that, though, Max might bring in some Pillar of Flames to be able to stop Chris's Mana Accelerants because he does play the full 8 in 4 Avacyn's Pilgrims and 4 Arbor Elves.
Okay.
Additionally, Max is a big fan of Cyber Insanity. It actually does look pretty good in this matchup, so maybe he moves in the 4th one.
Maybe.
Not entirely sure. Don't love Duress. Obviously, don't love String Root guys. I was hoping that he boards the other 2 out. And the Cavernous Souls, I mean, it's not a counterspell matchup, so you don't need to force through Cyber Insanity because it's just going to get through on its own. Yeah,
Max has an interesting sideboard. He has a 4 of 3 of. Lots of times nowadays with sideboards, you see a bunch of 1-ofs, maybe a couple of 2-ofs, kind of really diversify your threats. But Max thinks, hey, against Junk Reanimator, the best card is Ground Seal, and I want 4 of them.
Yep.
Against any deck with Voice of Resurgence and small creatures, it's Pillar of Flames, and I want 4 of them. So Max taking a different approach on sideboarding. So far, it's paid off. He went 9-1 in the Swiss.
Yep.
And although he's down a game against Chris Van Meter in the top 8, he might still like his chances in this matchup. So, who do you think is going to take on this match?
Well, I mean, personally, I've always felt that Junk Reanimator is favored in this matchup.
I agree with you.
Like, just from the beginning, just like how the cards line up, I always felt that it should be Junk Reanimator's matchup to lose. I mean, we just saw Owen kind of dismantle Mike pretty easily in those 2 games that we watched, and we've seen other Jun players beat Junk Reanimator over the course of this week, and I'm sure Owen and Reed and Huey had to get through a couple of those over the course of their weekend. But I mean, I still think that Junk Reanimator is still favored here. I think it just really depends on the quality of Junk Reanimator player. This is a deck that Chris has been playing for a very long time, helping Brian Braun to win Test. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take this down. I mean, you just saw him come back from a mulligan to 4, which means that, in order to come back from mulligan to 4, you cannot make an error.
Exactly.
You are not allowed to make an error.
You cannot lose any card. You have to gain the maximum card advantage every time. The small edges you need.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you do have to run good to be able to win a mulligan to 4, as we did see, him top deck that on barrel rights to get Angel Serenity back when he's facing down lethal. That's magic. That happens. But in order to get to that situation, to be able to get to that top deck, you can't make a mistake up into that point.
Yeah,
you just can't do it. And the turn that we saw, where Chris gets back the Acidic Slime to take care of a red source, you and I were both like, I don't know about that. Like, you can blink, you can get Restoration Angel, blink your Fiend Hunter, take care of the Sire, you can get back Thragtusk, pad your life total a little bit there. But he said, I'm gonna chop out these red sources, make it so it shuts his outs off, and then what happened? Max draws back-to-back Wolf runs. He could have drawn red spells there, like Hunt Match of the Fells or Olivia Voldaren, and they would have just all been off.
Yep.
You can tell that kind of play, a play where you and I were just like, I don't know about that. You can definitely tell Chris knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knew his plan. We're like, maybe you should do this. Maybe, and then Chris is like, no, I'm doing this, and it paid off.
Yeah.
So Max will be on the play this game, and Max is definitely going to be looking for his ground seals. He definitely wants to be able to, ramp his mana.
Yep.
But Chris has, a lot of powerful cards, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, step 1 is ground seal for Max. I think we can certainly agree with that. That's where he wants to start the show, and he's got 4 of them. And then what he wants to do after that, that's anybody's guess. Yeah,
he wants to say, hey, I'm not going to fear a really fast unbarrel rights because I have ground seal. Because that's what Chris could do. Chris could just go, okay, end the turn, Grizzly Salvage, or Mulch, get some guys in the graveyard. All of a sudden, the Angel Serenity is in play with a Thragtusk underneath it.
Yep.
So, Chris definitely has the power in his deck. And, I mean, both players are really solid players, too.
Absolutely.
So if you guys at home are interested in playing Jund, if you guys are at home are interested in playing a Junk Reanimator, this is a really good match to watch and a really good match to learn.
As we do have an update here for you very quickly, William Eads is going to win his match with Blue White Red Flash 2-1 over Andrew Haddam playing Junk. So that means we're going to have a Blue White Red Flash deck going to the top 8. William going to be playing the winner of this match here between Van Meter and Tietze. So our top 8 right now, again, Turtenwald with his Jund deck versus Alex Mitchell playing Bad Hexproof. William Meads playing Blue White Red Flash, playing the winner of this match, Van Meter versus Tietze, Junk Reanimator versus Junk.
Yeah, for sure. And as you can see, Owen in the background talking with Reed Duke, maybe talking some strategy. I think AJ Soccer is there as well. Glenn Jones.
Is he working? Or?
I don't know.
No, definitely not.
Just chatting it up. All right. So these guys are going to start. They're laying out their 7 cards. Just about 10:30 here in New Jersey. So wherever you are, you guys can tell us what time it is.
Yeah. You know what 10:30 means?
What?
Chipotle's closed.
Chipotle is closed.
Yeah, I'm
Chipotle
running bad.
closes at 10 o'clock.
Running bad. No burrito bowl for me tonight.
So I think Chris has a 1-lander, but I'm not too sure. Regardless, he kept and drew a Temple Garden, so if it was a 1-lander, now it's a 2-lander. And there's Arbor Elf. So Chris goes down to 18, Max still at 20. And let's see if he has the Ground Seal. 2 mana, and there's the Ground Seal. I mean, kind of makes
imagine
sense.
he doesn't, right?
When you have 4,
Yeah.
So,
you know, to Chris, I'm sure Chris has played against Ground Seal a number of times. It's probably no surprise to him. You're going to see a Sin Collector here.
I'm surprised he kept it in.
I talked to Chris in between rounds. He said that this card was absolutely awesome for him over the course of the weekend.
Okay, well, he gets a little bit lucky there. Is able to take a Putrefy. Other cards in his hand are Ground Seal, Thragtusk, Garrick,
Kessig Wolfrun.
Yeah.
So Max does not have very many lands at all.
Yeah, just 3 mana. No ramp. No black source.
Yeah.
So looks pretty good for Chris.
Gotta be feeling pretty good when you take a look at that hand. You take a Putrefy, which, you know, it's certainly fun because that's a card that actually takes care of Angel Serenity, maybe your Acidic Slime Chains, and you got to be feeling pretty good about seeing that hand of no black, Kessig Wolfrun as his next land, and, you know, an additional Ground Seal, which he may have boarded out a number of in Burial Rites anyway.
Yeah. I mean, at least for Tietze, the Ground Seal will cycle. So that's exactly what happens.
Looks like it drew a Sire of Insanity.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious why he played his land first.
Yeah, I mean, if you draw a dual land, you just want to put it into play tap. So
exactly.
There's no reason to play your land first there. I guess, yeah, and even if he draws an Arbor Elf, well, I guess if he draws an Arbor Elf, he wants to play his land first, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's a Garrick Relentless right here.
Oh, he's going to get Relentless.
Wow. And he's just going to just start spitting out some tokens.
Yep. So
and it's like, okay, out. Ground Seal. You have 2 Ground Seals. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. You can have those. And again, this is part of the power of this deck in Junk Reanimator, is because if you are a player who is well versed in this deck, you see 4 Ground Seals in the sideboard, doesn't even phase you.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It doesn't even matter to you that there are 4 of those. You board your Unburial Rites out, you board into a game plan, and you initiate that game plan. And that's exactly what you see. Look at Chris's hand. He's got another Garrick. He has Acidic Slime. Has Restoration Angels to draw into. What do I care about those Ground Seals?
Yeah.
If I want to kill him, I can. I have Slime.
This is a Mizium Mortars on the Arbor Elf. I mean, Arbor Elf already did what it wanted to do.
Yep.
It busted out a turn 2 Sin Collector and a turn 3 Garrick Relentless. So now Arbor Elf is dead. Not that big of a deal.
Chris with a Temple Guard in his hand drew Angel Serenity for the turn. He's going to come across here for 4. I mean, one thing to keep in mind with Sin Collector too is when I first saw it, and up until like this morning, I thought it was a 1/3. No, it's a 2/1. So it actually beats, it actually beats pretty well.
Yeah.
There's your Temple Garden.
And
Let's
Chris
just pass the turn back.
After making a wolf. So
Max
it's
draws
another.
a card.
Okay.
It's
a Farseek. I was gonna say it's another Ground Seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a land, but it is a land.
Yeah. So what is he gonna get here? Blood Crypt? I mean, does he need 2 red?
Yeah, he has a Garrick Primal Hunter in his hand, so maybe he wants the Overgrown Tomb.
Yeah, that would probably make the most sense.
Yeah, he was looking at his hand, considering his options.
Yeah. I mean, the important thing is that he's getting a black source.
Yes.
But,
that's step number 1.
You know, Chris could always just go Acidic Slime, and now Max is back to square 1. So
It's just
Max-
absolutely crazy to me that you see the power level of the cards that are in Magic right now. You see, cards like Mizium Mortars, Sin Collector, Voice of Resurgence, all these cards that are insanely powerful. And one of, if not, I don't want to call it the best card in this deck, but one of the most powerful cards in this deck is Acidic Slime, a 5-mana 2/2 that kills something. It's like, how is that
we
the
had
card
a good
that's just
back in the day.
mind blowing?
Yeah, because it's land destruction. We had like Deuce of Calamities.
Yeah.
5-mana 6/6 that pretty much acidic slimed every turn.
Yeah, Plow Under.
Yeah, Plow Under, yeah. Even like Creeping Mold was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
And now you have like this like little 5-mana 2/2. It's like, but I can get it back with Umbrella. It's like I can Restoration Angel it. It's like, are you kidding? Like Lockstone Smiter is a 3-mana 4/4. It's like, nah, man. Acidic Slime's my jam. That's where it's at.
Yep. All right, so Chris shuffles up Max's deck, and Chris will.
He wants to draw land real bad.
And he draws a Arbor Elf. Oh, Mulch. Okay. I mean, his board is just so good, though.
I mean, he's ahead. I mean, this
way ahead.
This isn't a board that Thragtusk can't stabilize, though.
Yeah, that's true. So Max falls down to 8. Garrick will make another token. Chris is going to do a mulch right here.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to get a couple lands off this.
Overgrown Tomb, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Acidic Slime, and a Grizzly Salvage.
All right, 1 land is fine.
1 is better than none right now if you're Chris. If you're Chris, you were hoping that Max does not draw his 5th land.
Yeah, this is a pretty key draw right here. If Max bricks, Max is in, pretty much facing lethal.
Yeah, I don't like to pronounce a game over before it is over, but if Max bricks this turn, it's pretty much it.
Ooh,
Ground Seal number, is that Ground Seal number 3? It's either that or a Tragic Slip.
I think it's a Tragic Slip. I mean, Garrick Primal Hunter wouldn't have really have done too much. Just would have killed his Garrick Relentless, and then Chris would have just played another Garrick Relentless.
I mean, if he has a Thragtusk would have stabilized it.
Yeah.
And you see Max is going to take a look here and wants to make sure he knows what Garrick Relentless does do.
So, I mean, he could Tragic Slip the Sin Collector.
Yep.
Just to not die.
And that's what's going to happen here. He wants to do it right away so Restoration Angel doesn't get into play here. Don't have to worry about that.
So Max passes the turn. Chris draws.
It's a Temple Garden. So that's 1 step closer to Angel of Serenity, but he's already hit his sweet spot here. This is going to come across here for 6, going to knock Max down to 2. He can make a Wolf token. Acidic Slime's going to take care of one of these lands.
Yeah, just probably hit the Blood Crypt right here.
He points to the Blood Crypt. And one thing that we know about Max's deck, Gerard, that's different from Owen's, is that he does not have Bonfire the name to draw to. So he's going to extend the hand. Chris Van Meter with Junk Reanimator does win the match. 2-0, defeats Max Tietze playing Jun. Chris is moving on to tomorrow, where he'll be playing against Blue White Red Flash.